What up, y'all? It's your boy John Scott Cuts, corporate Washington, D.C. I've got a real slick review for y'all today, and I'm giving it to you slick because I'm talking about a slick tool. And that's none other than the FX3 by Babyliss. And I'm going to tell y'all something. This is a slick tool, as you can see. Real slick. A lot of people compare it to the and the Slimline Pros. There is no comparisons from the and the Slimline Pros to this tool. There is absolutely no comparison. It doesn't even feel the same in your hand. It's way more ergonomic. It feels better. I love this Slimline Pro. But the biggest thing about the FX3 is that it is so doggone sharp. I'm going to tell you that again. It is so doggone sharp, man. This is the sharpest tool that I have ever worked with. Out of the box, it is sharp. The blade on this thing is just ridiculous, man. This thing cuts like a knife. Really in a bad way. I say bad because it's so sharp that you will cut somebody out of the box. You have to adjust this tool. And let me tell you something. The problem is in adjusting this tool is that you have to find the sweet spot, okay, in your adjustment, because you want to keep those lines crispy. And in order to do that, you got to find the sweet spot. And I always recommend that you look in the light and get that cutting blade right above the guide blade right above the cutting blade. And it helps when you have a gold blade because you can actually see the gold over the cutting blade, which is black. As soon as you see that little bit, probably a millimeter, as soon as you can see that gold peeking out above that cutting blade, then that normally means that you got a good zero gap, okay? Because you're not gonna cut somebody. Well, you can do that all day with these and you still gonna cut people because this blade is so sharp. I've adjusted these about 4 to 5 times and they are still sharp. Haven't cut anybody yet, thank goodness, because I got so many trimmers, including the second generation Babyliss 787Gs, which in my opinion is the best trimmer that's ever been made or produced by anybody, okay? So thank goodness I got these, but these things are sharp as a knife, man, and I really can't adjust them anymore because I can't find that sweet spot. If you guys know a sweet spot or in a tool on how to adjust these things, let me know. So basically, I'm gonna have to adjust my tension on my wrist so that I can tap light enough so that I won't cut somebody. Or I can just wait, just keep working with them, keep working them in the lineup, and keep working with them until the blade dulls. Now, I believe that when the blade dulls on these things, with my adjustment, that this tool right here will be the best trimmer that I have ever worked with. But right now they're not because they're so sharp. I see the potential all day long. They cut like a knife, man. But you don't, what good is a sharp tool when you're cutting people? Guys, when you get this tool out of the box, it's gonna come zero gap. Forget that. You have to adjust these things. You have to find your sweet spot. And you gotta put them on a bench. Okay? They're good, man. But you can't start them right off. You gotta let these things marinate into the lineup so that they'll dull out a little bit, so that they can do the work without abrasion to your customer, because you don't want that. That is why you need more than one trimmer. There's not one trimmer that fits all, guys. There's not one clipper that fits all. And if you're like me, if you're working with different hair types, okay, these tools correspond to the different hair types that you have. So you got to have the tools that match the hair type. This tool, I can tell you right now, I can't use this on but one hair type, and it's got to be real coarse. That hairline got to be tough in order for me to even try these right now because they're too sharp. So this is something that Babyliss didn't tell you. I don't know why they zero gap these out of the box. It is just it's a mismatch, okay, with the barber industry, because we don't need a sharp tool. We need a consistent tool, something that is gonna give you that crispy lineup across the board on many hair types. And the only thing that I have found that's crispy, that you can use on any hair type It's the Babyliss FX3 787G, man. These things are the best, absolutely the best. You're not gonna cut anybody. You can zero gap these. Well, you can't really zero. Well, I call it zero gap, but you gotta make sure that that guide blade is right above that cutting blade. And again, it's easier with the gold blade. Once you fix that, once you do that, these tools are gonna be your goat. These are the goats right here. Period. This right here needs to be on the bench for a while, and then you can work these in your lineup. Also, we talk about the Evos, man. Right now, I've been using these for about 3 weeks. I did hadn't done a comparison, but I actually did a video on these, and right now they still on the bench, man. They okay, you know, but they don't compare to these. Well, actually, I would use these right now over these because these ain't cutting nobody. But these are the goats, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna do a comparison on the Anders cordless T outliners as compared to the Evos, and you're gonna be surprised. You probably won't be surprised at what I say because you probably already know who's the winner right now. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a hint. The cordless T outliners. But back to these, guys. The whole purpose of this video is to let you know don't use these out the box on your customers before you fix that blade, man. Before you go in and do some work on them, keep that guide blade over the cutting blade. And in this case, it needs to be a little bit more over because these things are so sharp. I'm John Scott. Check me out on Instagram, y'all. John Scott Cuts is the Instagram handle. Also check out my website, johnscottcuts.com. Inbox me, like my page, and subscribe to my page. We got more coming up this year, y'all. Have a good day. Have a great year. It's your boy, John Scott. Peace out.